Real talk, well, J Mad, he got ya right here doing God's work, bringing life after the collar. Hey, radio show, and he's doing it big. You just can't ignore J Mad, bringing you the word. Just holla at your boy. Hey, life after the collar with J Mad.
J-Mad is not your everyday lunch partner. He's all the way raw.
How are you going to say Black Lives Matter when the only reason you come out is when cops kill us and we don't come out when we kill ourselves? That's crazy, man.
He's all the way real.
The truth? You can't even handle the truth.
And most of all, he has his priorities right.
I want the Falcons and the Hawks to be my pallbearers at my funeral. That way they can let me down just one last time.
J-Mad gives it to you big.
You're listening to your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa can make it do just what it do, baby. It's all good. It's definitely all gravy. Let me go ahead and give some shout out. Grady, what's going on? Aries, what's going on? Whitney, what's going on? Robert, what's going on? LaShondra, what's going on? Cody, what's going on? Man, I love that couple, Cody. That was the first wedding that I ever did, and them jokers still kicking. Robert, I gave a shout out to Robert. Michelle, what's going on? Alicia, what's going on? Cheryl, what's going on? Miss Fox, Miss Edwards, what's going on? Y'all, thank y'all so much. Depends on what you do, what you did as it is. Oh yeah, that's right, Grady. Go ahead and get into the conversation. That's what I like to see. I'm going to tell y'all the truth. That's what I like to see. Go ahead and get it. Tamika, what's going on, love? Larry Jones, what's going on, Doc? Good to see you. That's what I like to see. Go ahead and get into the conversation. The title says it all. This title says it all. I forgive you. Or do I? Real simple. I forgive you. Or do I? Y'all, we are going to have a great show. If you're looking at me live on Facebook Live, do me a favor. Do me a huge favor. Either share the link or do a watch party. One of the two. If you don't mind, if you're on Facebook Live and you're viewing me on Facebook Live, either do one of the two. Share it. Share this video. Share this Facebook Live. Or do a watch party. My preference is that you do a watch party. And y'all let me know what they're saying in the watch party. Y'all let me know what they're saying in the watch party. We are going to have a great conversation. And I'm going to tell y'all when we come back after this musical break where I got this topic from. What's going on, Michelle, over here in the chat room? Again, let me put this out real quick. Thank you all so much for the prayers. I didn't put it out yesterday. I wasn't on air yesterday. But yesterday, my dad got moved to a regular room. So he's not out of the woods. So y'all keep praying. He's not out of the woods. The septic shock thing, procedures, whatever they called it. You know, I'm not good with medical terms or terminologies and stuff like that. Crystal, what's going on? Vanessa, what's going on, dear? Tracy, what's up? Mona, what's up? Ray, my dude. Ray, that's my dude for real. Larry, what's going on? So Dad, the septic shock is gone, which is good because the antibiotic worked. We're still having a problem with his blood pressure. Mama Mary is probably listening. She usually don't get on, but Mama Mary is usually listening. So shout out to you. Matter of fact, Mama Mary, I'm gonna play a couple of your songs. Mama Mary loves Sade. So I think I'm going to put on a couple of those jams there. Deanna, what's going on, D? Good to have you on the show. Scott Madison, my cousin is in the house. Scott Madison, what's going on, man? Good to see you. Huey was down here this weekend. Huey was down here from California, was down here this weekend. So let's go ahead and get into the show. Do I forgive you? I forgive you. Or do I? I'm going to play a couple of these songs, and then what we're going to do, we're going to come back with the conversation. Y'all are going to love this topic tonight. It is something that need to be discussed. Real talk. It is something that needs to be discussed. Holla at your boy. It's all good. It's all gravy. Matter of fact, I'm going to play this one. I'm being petty. I'm paying petty with. If y'all not on Spreaker.com, I will have to over talk the music on Facebook Live. I'm gonna mute my mic on the radio, but I'm gonna have to over talk the music so they won't kick me off and stuff like that. All right. But if you can join me, I don't know if anybody put it down. My pastor, Warren, what's going on, man? From Jacksonville, Florida, is in the house. My pastor, the number one, the overseer, the pastor of the year, Pastor Derek Coleman, is in the house tonight. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to play this song, and I'm going to be back over here. Holla at your boy. It's all good. It's all gravy.
See you driving round town with the girl I love, and I'm like, forget you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, forget you and forget her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be richer. No, ain't that some shit? And although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. But forget you. Yeah, I'm sorry, I can't afford a Ferrari, but that don't mean I can't get you there. I guess he's an Xbox and I'm more Atari. But the way you play your game ain't fair. I picture the fool that falls in love with you. Oh, she's an old girl. Well, just spoke to she know. Ooh, I've got some news for you. Yeah, go on and run tell your little boy free. See you driving round town with the girl I love, and I'm like, forget you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, forget you and forget her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be richer. Oh, ain't that some shit? And although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. Forget you. Now I know that I had to borrow, beg and steal and lie, cheat, trying to keep you, trying to please you. Being in love with your ass ain't cheap. Now I picture the fool that falls in love with you. Oh, she's a gold digger. Well, just spoke to she know. Ooh, I've got some news for you. Ooh, I really hate your ass right now. See you driving round town with the girl I love, and I'm like, forget you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, forget you and forget her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be richer. No, ain't that some shit? And although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. Forget you. Now, baby, why you wanna hurt me so bad? So bad. I tried to tell my mama, but she told me this is one for your dad. Yeah, she did. And I'm like, why? Baby? I love you. I still love you. I see you driving round town with a girl I love. Forget you. I guess the change in my pocket wasn't enough. I'm like, forget you and forget her too. Said if I was richer, I'd still be richer. No, ain't that some shit? And although there's pain in my chest, I still wish you the best. Forget you.
That's right. You're listening to your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we are on. Even Alexa can make it do what it do. Sorry about those that's on the radio. If y'all heard an echo a few minutes ago, my bad. I turned the volume up the wrong way. So they tried to block me in a few minutes ago. I don't know what that means right there. So if I, I'm going to keep it rolling. So here we go. If y'all still here on Facebook Live, y'all let me know, because when I did the switch over, the Facebook Live picked me up. So if y'all still over here on Facebook, ad breaks disabled. This video contains music. Okay, here's what we'll do. We'll start a new feed. But we're going to keep this conversation going. Okay, so here's what I tell you what. Let me start another song, and I'll be right back. I'm gonna put on another song, and we'll be right back. All right, holla at your boy. Your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we are on. Even Alexa can make it do just what it's supposed to do, baby. It's all good. It's all gravy. We're going to have a great show tonight. I forgive you. Or do I? I'm going to tell you where I got this conversation from. I was kind of, like most people, probably. Demetrius, what's going on, man? Good to see you. That was one of my my youth in Kingsland, Georgia. I was a youth pastor almost 15 years ago, 10, 15 years ago. That was one of my youth. He's married and doing his thing now. Good to see you, sir. So I was like probably a lot of people today. I've been glued to the television since 10 o'clock this morning, probably before. Actually, I've been glued to it since 6 o'clock this morning. When the news broke about Cohen had submitted his opening statement to the news outlets, and I was in shock. I was in awe. So I immediately went to Facebook and told people, y'all need to make sure y'all tune into TV today, into the news today. You have to be tuned in today. Thank you, Pastor Chantel. You have to be glued to the television. You need to be watching the news because it's going to be real good. And if you're a political buff like me, it was a really good day. I was glued to the television the entire time. But as the talks were going on, to the hearing was going on today, Valerie, what's going on? Let me give a shout out to those. Anybody over here in the chat room? Harold, what's going on? Harold in the chat room. Michelle, what's going on? Harold is my dude. Harold always has my back. Whitney is in the chat room. Thank you so much for being over here in the chat room. Appreciate y'all being over here in the chat room. If you get broken up, reposting my comment, I can quickly forgive because I refuse to allow anything or anyone to block my forgiveness pipeline with God. Now forgetting. Now pray my strength. Okay, that's where we're gonna go. We got a different go. Thank you so much. Man, I wish I had what Gary was saying. Not Gary. Yeah, Gary. Gary was saying, Butch, what's going on down there in Jacksonville, Florida? What's going on, man? Good to see you, sir. So here's the thing. So Michelle said we got booted off Facebook Live watch party. Indicate private video. LOL. There's more than skin a cat. Yeah, go ahead and go back. I'm Facebook Live again. If you're in the speaker room, I am on Facebook Live again. You can share that party there, and I'll be careful on how I play my music on my radio show, and I'll make sure that it won't interfere with Facebook Live. I'll make sure that it doesn't interfere with Facebook Live. So y'all make sure if y'all looking, please share this Facebook Live, or you can also do a Facebook watch party. You can do a watch party as well. If you do a watch party, let me know the comments that they're saying. Come back over here and let me know the comments that they're saying, all right? So here's the thing. Cohen was in front of the hearing, the House today at the hearing, and it was noticeable. It was noticeable. Now, I'm here to tell you, and I'm gonna digress and come back to me, but I want to set this thing up right. So Cohen was basically saying, because y'all know he's going to jail in a couple of months. Now, what I don't understand is this: how is it that rich folk? This is side note. This is not a part of the show. How is it that rich folk can choose when they go to jail? That dumbfounds me every single time. It's been 3 months ago when he got sentenced, and he don't have to report to jail for another 2 or 3 months. Where they do that at? I need that lawyer. Well, no, I don't, because I ain't going to jail. I'm going to let y'all know. If they tell me that I got to go to jail, and they said somebody, look, they're going to have to shoot it out. Set it off. It's going to be set it off. It's going to be set it off. I'm going to be real with y'all. It's going to be... Jennifer, what's going on, dear? Paulette, what's going on with you? Lily, I think that's how you say it. What's going on with you? Doris, what's going on? Dolores, that's Dolores. What's going on with you? Here's the thing. So let me digress from that conversation there. So while he was testifying, they kept bringing up the fact that he was a convicted felon the felon, it was a nonviolent offense. So they kept calling him a convicted felon. He is a convicted felon because he lied to Congress. Okay, I get that. That's part of the law. Whatever. Now, here is the problem. Y'all don't know. Well, y'all should know by now. I'm actually a Republican. It's a reason why I'm a Republican, or why I vote a lot of time on Republican lines. Not when I'm local, I'm paying attention to who's running, and majority of the times I do vote Democrat or Independent. I'm not a straight Republican. I'm not a straight Democrat. I'm not going straight down that line. I don't get on there and say everybody that's Democrat I'm voted for. That's foolishness to me. That's dumb to me. That's to me. I'm not calling nobody dumb, but to me that's foolishness, because there are great people in Republican Party and great people in a Democratic Party. And you have to make sure that you're well informed. Make sure that you are well informed when you're voting. Okay, so we'll put that out there. So anyway, but on a national level, I normally vote Republican. Normally, not all the time. No, I did not vote for 45. But I didn't vote for Hillary either. Anyway, here's the thing. Cohen said that he is in front of the committee today, in front of the hearing today, to make amends for what he did wrong in the past. The Republican Party sadly ignored his plea, but however, cautiously ignored his plea for forgiveness. And let me set the record straight. So my mindset comes from this umbrella. I don't want to dwell on it. If you saw the news, you saw the news. I'm not dealing with that. But what it did, Harold said, put a nickel in that right there. Harold said the Republican Party is morally bankrupt as long as Trump is the head of it and continue to defend him. I totally agree with that. Harold. 100%. Republican Party is morally bankrupt. It is. It really is. Now, I don't know if many of you all know, back in the day, black folks was actually Republicans. Majority of the Democrats were the lynch mobs and things like that, the KKKs and stuff like that. That used to be their party. I don't even want to go into that. I was watching today, Dolores said on Facebook Live, the news, but do you think Trump is going to get impeached? I tell you what, at the top of the hour, so I got about 40 minutes to have this discussion before we get back into it. At the top of the hour, I do a section called a set on my show called Free Your Mind. I'll address that. Dolores, if you're still on, remind me of that question. And I'm going to go all the way with you on that question. I do have an answer for that. So at the top of the hour, at 8 o'clock, I have a section, a set on here on Life After the Collar with your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa can make it do what it do. I do have a set called Free Your Mind, and I'll address that. Okay. So here's the thing. When I was watching this, and he poured out his heart, in my opinion, he poured out his heart about how he wanted to straighten things out, how he wanted to, how he embarrassed his wife, his kids, and he wanted to, and his parents, his parent-in-laws, if there's a such thing as mother and father-in-law, and he wanted to straighten himself and get back on the straight and narrow. And I noticed how the Republicans, instead of dealing with the issues at hand on why he was there, they basically said, we're not forgiving you. We're not listening to anything you're saying. We don't care what you're saying. because you are a liar, and we're not going to even go there. So now I'm sitting here and I'm watching this, and I'm paying attention to this, and I'm thinking, I'll be honest, I'm thinking about my life. I'm thinking strictly about my life now, in bits and pieces. And not only, doctor, what's going on with you? Not only was I thinking about how I wronged. No, let me rephrase that. Not only was I thinking about how other people wronged me and did me wrong, but I started thinking about how I did other folks wrong. And I wanted their forgiveness. Miss Bell, what's going on? Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining tonight. And I was thinking, not only how other folks did me wrong, because it's easy for us to sit back, because I posted a post. I posted a post, and it's actually on fire right now. My post is actually on fire right now. Let me see if I can go back to it. My question was this. Question: when should people who have wronged us be forgiven and trusted again? And right now, my thing is blowing up. That conversation is blowing up. And I'll go through some of those posts. LaShondra, what's going on, beautiful? Good to see you. Thank you so much for joining tonight. Here's where I am with this conversation. I purposely made that conversation, and I was hoping that somewhere in the post, and I didn't read all of them. I read a few of them, and I didn't go through all of them yet because they're still commenting on them. I was hoping, and I'm going to read this one by D. Not D, who is this? Bobby. When should people who have wronged us be forgiven and trusted again? Bobby said never. Because they take your forgiveness for granted and eventually do something else to break your heart. She said never. Now, y'all know the purpose of Life After the Collar with your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa can make it do what it do, baby. My purpose is to merge spirituality and reality together. Let's talk about reality right now, just for a brief moment, and I'm going to rush spirituality in it. And it's going to knock you off your seat. It's going to knock you clean off your seat. In reality, the hardest thing for us to do is to forgive somebody. It's the hardest thing, and I'll talk from my point of view. Been saved, how Paul said, I'm more saved than most of, a lot of you all. I've been doing this for a while. I've been saved for some years. I've been preaching. I had preached for over 30 years, so I'm good in that area there. So let me talk about this. I don't care what hurt you're talking about. I don't care if you're talking about family hurt. I don't care if you're talking about love relationship hurt. I don't care if you're talking about work hurt. I don't care if you're talking about church hurt. Hurt is hurt. Especially when you did not do anything wrong to deserve it. One of the worst feelings anybody could ever feel is the hurt of somebody going against you or doing something to you when you did not do anything wrong. You were faithful to them. You loved on them. You would do anything for them, and they turned around and took your love for granted. I've been involved in every last one of the ones that family hurt, love relationship hurt, work hurt, and church hurt. And church hurt would kill you. Church hurt would kill Christians. I'm going to be real honest. I'm finna use another word. It dang near killed me. It really did. It confused me. So here, hurt and having to be placed in a position to forgive someone who apologized. It is hard. Listen to me. It is hard to go back. Rochelle, what's going on up in North Carolina? Good to see you. Thank you so much. It is hard for us to forgive people who purposely hurt us, intentionally hurt us. Now, yeah, we do deal with those that inadvertently hurt us or whatever the case may be. But for those situations that we were placed in, that they knew they were hurting us, how do you supposed to forgive them? You love them. You were loyal to them. And you would do anything for them. How in the world are you supposed to forgive them and trust them? How do you supposed to do that? Let me go through some of these comments that's on my Facebook. Bishop Madison out in I think he's out in Texas. He said he's actually from Louisiana. Bishop Vandaz Madison says, forgiven quickly, but keep at a distance until they regain the level of trust again. That is a great answer. I read what Bobby said, never, because they take your forgiveness for granted. Pamela says this: when a person shows you who they are, believe them. But if you wrong me, I forgive you immediate, yet believe I have taken notes. Good. Also, when they step up to the plate and recognize they're wrong. And that's where I was with Cohen today. Cohen today. Depends on the extent of wrongdoing, how it affected you. This is, who is this? Beatrice. I don't hold grudges. All you're going to do when you do that is affecting your health with anger. I'll forgive them, but never trust them again. If you're deliberate in your actions, then isn't it an accident? So they got to go. God tells us to forgive as we forgive the matter that wrong, however. Mama ain't raised no fool, Mary Miller says. We should also learn from the experience, and that person have to show signs of being trustworthy. Again, we don't want God to hold stuff against us with no hope. Okay. Paulette came and said never. Leslie said immediately. Aries says if you're doing yourself a disservice putting a time limit on it, and another disservice with not putting time limits on it. Okay, I think I got what you're saying. Francesco says forgive, forget are not related. I gotta forgive because you can't live with it in your head, free rent. I don't ever have to say more than I pray for you after that. And those are some of the comments, and the list is still going on. The list is still going on Facebook, and you can go and comment on that if you want to. The question: when should people who have wronged us, be forgiven and trusted again? Now, I agree. I 100% agree that it is difficult to forgive when people wronged us. This is the actuality of my actuality versus spirituality. Now let me go to the spirituality. I can only talk to y'all saved folks. I can only talk to saved folks in this conversation right here. I can only talk to that. Tell y'all what, y'all come back, y'all stay tuned. I'm gonna go and we're gonna have this conversation. The spiritual side of this question. Holla at your boy. It's all good. It's all gravy. You're listening to your boy J-Mad on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa can make it do what it do, baby. So I said, we already talked about the reality version of this forgiveness thing and how difficult it is. How difficult it is to forgive people when we have been wrong. So now, I saw some people, they put time limits on it. No, I'll never trust you again. I trust you from a distance. Never, in a couple of cases, I'll never trust you again. That conversation. Okay? Now, let me talk to y'all saved folks. We are in a relationship. Whenever you get saved, you instantly get in a relationship with God. You create a relationship with God. If that be the case, how many times did you let God down? How many times did you hurt God? How many times did you go against God? How many times did you disobey God? How many times did you step outside of your relationship with God? I'm just trying to have a real conversation right here. And then turn around and ask God to forgive us. Just having a real conversation. How many times did we do that? Out of all the years you've been in a relationship with God, how many times did you hurt God? How many times did you let God down and expect God to forgive you and trust you? God, I'll never do it again. And when you said that, you knew you were lying. You knew you were lying when you made that conversation to God. I'm bringing this all the way in. I'm bringing this conversation all the way in. Because what we do is put ourselves in a judgmental state of mind. Yes, you're supposed to go by your experience with folks. But what if God went by the experiences that he has had with you? I'm getting ready to step on some huge toes right in through here. I'm just making a conversation. What if God went by the experiences based on his relationship or how you were in the relationship with him? It's gotten real quiet. I saw my hearts. Thank you for whoever that was sending some hearts up to me on Facebook Live. It done got quiet over here in the chat room on Spreaker. They done shut up over here on Facebook Live. I'm just asking a question. I'm gonna merge reality and spirituality together because we put our relationship or how we treat others differently than how we want God to treat us. We want to be able to treat God any kind of way that we treat him and then turn around and expect his grace and mercy when we ourselves do not know how to extend grace and mercy. What if God gave up on trusting you? Or what if God put a timeline on you to trust you again? Oh, y'all done got real quiet on me. Y'all don't do this to me tonight. Y'all don't do this to me tonight. Y'all please don't do this to me tonight. Y'all want to talk about it? Let's talk about it. Where everybody gone? Okay. Michelle said, I believe that is true. The fact that I'm thinking she's talking about Harold. I'm thinking she's replying to Harold. The fact of the matter is Trump broke the law, financial fraud. I'm thinking she's talking about, she was replying to Harold's comment. That's LaShondra sending me those hearts and thumbs up. Thank you so much. Here's the thing. There's a saying that says you can't have your cake and eat it too. Let me tell y'all the real conversation. The real statement is this. You can't have Kate, K-A-T-E, and Edith, E-D-I-T-H. There are two women's names. You can't have Kate and Edith too. You have to choose one or the other. You can't expect God to treat you a certain way and you treat other folks another way. How you want God to treat you is how you should treat other folks. There is a part of the Lord's Prayer that folks recite and do not live up to. It simply says this: forgive us, God, as we forgive others. The key word in that statement is a 2-letter word, as, A-S. Forgive us, God, as we forgive others. You got to make a choice in this life. You got to make a choice in this realm on how you are going to extend grace and mercy. You extend grace and mercy on how you expect God to give you grace and mercy. Why y'all? I'm gonna go and play music because y'all done got quiet on me now. Y'all done got all the way. Sunshine, what's going on? Good to have you on here. Y'all done got so quiet on me. Y'all done got so quiet on me tonight. Y'all done shut the party down. Y'all done shut the party all the way down. It was good as long as I said that y'all was hurt, somebody had hurt y'all. It was real good. The conversation was real good when I was talking about, oh, yeah, you got to forgive, but what about, when they forget, when they hurt me, yeah, I'm supposed to forgive them, but I can't forget. But then when I talk about how we hurt God, and now everybody want to be quiet. Somebody, Aries just says, we humans don't give grace. I need you to specify that before I dive into that conversation. I need you to specify that statement there. I'm glad we have separation of church and state. That's Harold. Let me tell y'all something. And this is real talk. Either you're going to forgive or not. This is just real conversation. Either you're going to forgive or not. Here's what I learned the hard way. I was hurt by an organization that I was with. Killed me to the core. I mean, it hurt me real bad. I was loyal. I was faithful to them. Never did anything to hurt any of them. And the way they treated me at the end of that relationship was painful. It was so painful. And no one ever came back, and we're going to switch the conversation right here. No one ever came, and they all knew it was a lie. And those that were spreading the lie allowed it to continue, even to this day. I still get conversations. I still get conversations about something that happened. This situation happened. Hey, Jackie, what's going on? This situation happened maybe about 6 or 7 years ago. To this day, I still have people questioning me about what happened. To this day, I'm still hurt behind it. It wasn't until recently that I had to completely, because I said, oh, I forgive him. But then that's where the second part of this conversation tonight, oh, I forgive you, or do I? whenever it continues to affect you, whenever that situation comes up and it still drags you down in the mud, you never forgave them. It's like getting in an elevator. You get in an elevator, and if you push a button, it's going to take you to that floor. It's going to take you to that floor. But if you disconnect, but there are certain buttons on the elevator, whether you have to have a special card or a key or whatever, you could push that button all day long and you would never go to that floor. How many people have access to floors in your life that they should not? I could preach real good off that right there. How many people have access to the floors of your life? How many people have access to you there are floors that should have been disconnected in your life a long time ago. But because people can push a button, when they could push that button and have access to you in that area, guess what? You never forgave them. You brushed it under a rug. And that's just real talk. That's just real talk. Y'all, I'm going to play this song right here, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to do Free Your Mind. Free your mind, and the rest will follow. We're going to do that. Is that person still online that had asked earlier? Okay, yeah, Dolores. I don't know if Dolores is still on here, but I'm gonna address Dolores' comment. I was watching today the news, but do you think Trump is going to get impeached? We'll come back with that conversation as the opener of Free Your Mind section. Holla at your boy. It's all good. It's all gravy.
Just like music. No doubt. Oh, baby. Just like music. To relax my mind so I can be free and absorb the sound that keep me round, doing my thing constantly with no worries. Peace to keep Murray. Just like music. To keep me flowing, to keep me going, to keep me growing, to keep me to eat from knowing what happens out there. It's not my concern. You wanna die, it's not my turn. Like to do something to me like jumping the Mercedes on the highway, doing over 80 without music, baby. Ow! I'll go crazy. Yeah. Just like music. Make me call my homie on the phone like there's something new out that got me in the zone. Just that feeling got me. I wish music can adopt me. Just like music. Music. The music. Put me in the mood with my woman. Got me in the air saying sweet nothings. Make love come out the mouth, no frontin'. Like all of a sudden. Just like music. Taking away your worries and cares. Any problems, music will be right there. Together match, yo, we a perfect pair. Is that true, Marvin? Yeah, music. Yo, to get you to bang this body soul snatcher, universal language, it be the light, so open up, this is it, what the just like music. One fly tune to have black and white vibe in one room, no confrontation, party all night, it's just a sensation. Just like music. I got the music. Music. I got the music. Happy day, just like you. Music makes
listening to your boy J Mad on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa can make it do just what it do. So we're at the top of the hour, and what we do at the top of the hour, we have a section called Free Your Mind, and the rest will follow. This is a section where you can ask any question. I give it a 15-minute slot. You ask any question, and I am going to answer that question. Okay, about anything. It does, and please don't make it about the topic, because we're still talking about the topic. And after these 15 minutes, we're gonna go back to the topic. So right now, it's 15 minutes of asking me whatever you want to ask me, and we're gonna be good. For those that's on in Spreaker, I already gave it out to Facebook Live. After we do Facebook Live, I am going off air on Facebook. Facebook, if you want to come over to the show, Spreaker.com, Spreaker.com /show, SHOW, /LATC. Excuse me. Spreaker, 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 SPREAKER. If you're on my Facebook Live, just go to my page and you'll see a link that you can click on, and it'll take you to the show. But once I go off Facebook Live, we're going to open up the phones line. So if you want to call in, the number to Life After the College radio show is 864-897-9607. Again, that number is 864. I think I could type that in. I'm going to put it in the Spreaker. 864-897-9607. Okay? 864-897-9607. Feel free to call into the show after the Free Your Mind section. All right? Dolores, I think she's back on. I think I saw her pop back up. Dolores, are you there? Yeah, I see you. Dolores says, I was watching today, the news, but do you think Trump is going to get impeached? I think what's going to happen is this. They're going to do the same thing that they did to Clinton. They waited so far into the end of his term, even though Clinton is considered an impeached president, it never really took effect because he was at the end of his term. So, yes, the procedures will happen. And I think what would give us a better vantage point on that subject is when Manafort's report comes out this week. So Manafort, his report is supposed to come out this week. And we'll have a better view on if they're going to rush this impeachment through. I think he has a 90% chance of getting impeached. That's just me personally. I think he has a 90 to 95% chance of getting impeached, especially with all of the stuff that's coming out. I think the Stormy Daniels money has now become a huge issue for him. So we'll see. And I'm going to tell those that on Spreaker, I would end this show early. I'm going to end it early. If y'all don't talk in the chat room. And I know y'all still there. So that's where we are. I believe that's that. I'm going to play music for the next, it's 8:02. If no one has any questions, so from 8:02 to 8:15, I'm just going to play music until somebody asks me a question. If somebody asks me a question, I'll come back on air and answer that question. All right? You good? I'm good. We all good here. Holla at your boy.
peace of mind. On the floor, take a little time. Come and see, groove with me, give a little sign. I'll be there after a while. If you want my love, we can boogie on down, down, boogie on down, down, boogie on down, down, boogie on down, on down. Let's groove tonight. Share the spice of life. Baby, slice it right. We gonna groove tonight.
Many times before. Once I was a white gazelle on horseback riding free, searching in the darkness for a piece of me. I can feel this for sure. I've been here before. For sure, for sure, for sure. I've been here before. I used to be a queen, you know, on an island by the sea, with rainbow-colored people, happy as problem, there never was a care, and love was ever flowing, and its feelings shared. Vast and never ends. Stars to me are children. Babies are my friends. Heart is like a galaxy. In my spirit flies. Felt this way a million times. Please don't ask me why. Question of my lifetime. Ask my point of view. Say it all was karma. Call it deja vu. 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 And I can feel this for sure. I've been here before. Queen, you know, on an island by the sea. Rainbow-colored people, happy as can be. There never was a problem. There never was a care, no. And love was ever flowing, and it's feeling shared. And I can feel this for sure, for sure, for sure, for sure. I've been here before. I swear it. I can feel it for sure, for sure. I've been here.
You're listening to your boy J Mad on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa can make it do just what it do. I gave a shout out earlier to my dad. He's doing better down there in Macon, Georgia. He's doing much better. Not out of the woods, but he's doing better. My stepmother loves this lady here that I'm getting ready to play. After we play this song, we're going to go back into our conversation. Nobody else had anything that was on their mind, so hey. But the phone lines are still open, 864-897-9607. Again, that number is 864-897-9607. Holla at your boy. You're listening to your boy J Mad on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa can make it do just what it's supposed to do. Baby, baby. Y'all got quiet on me over here in the somebody sent a free your mind question. And it is now 8:21. I'm sorry. We stopped doing the free your mind question at 8:15. But I'm gonna go ahead and do this question here. Free your mind question. What are your thoughts on a person being qualified for a position, both experience and education, but lose out to a person that the owner likes that has no experience or education? Honestly, my thoughts is this. Always be in a spot where people value who you are. Real talk. Always put yourself in a position where people value who you are. The only way people are going to value who you are is to value yourself. Sometimes people need to miss your presence. Sometimes people really need to miss your presence. They should miss what they should have had or what they could have had. And what I'm saying is this. When folks, I don't care if this is in a job relationship or love relationship. But you should always, people should always know your value, but you should know your own value first. The only way people are going to know your value is by you knowing your own value and you walking in your value. Okay? Now, some people, they miss it. But don't let them take, because what happens, and I'm going to tell y'all what happened to me. My expertise in certain areas, many times I was under, my position was not high enough and I was underpaid. That happened to me several times. But I didn't value myself. Okay? That's work relationship. Now let me talk to, and well, this conversation here where I'll go, and then I'm going to get back to the show. The Bible tells us this. I'm merging reality and spirituality. Do not think too highly of yourself. A lot of people in relationships, and I hear this a lot from the female conversation of this, they think of themselves too highly in the relationship. Here's what I mean by that. Ladies, I am not saying that y'all not all that. What I'm saying is this. Sometimes y'all think y'all getting everything right concerning your man, the man that you're in a relationship. You may be a good person. You may be all of this and a bag of chips. But what are you in his eyes concerning his needs? I know I was a good woman to him. I know I was this to him. I know I was that to him. But you made a general statement. But were you meeting his needs? I'm just going to leave it right there. That's for a different day. All right? So know your value. But don't think of yourself too highly. And that's biblical speaking. That's biblically speaking. The Bible says that we need to stop thinking of ourselves too highly. It also states in another chapter, in another book, it says it's better to be asked up than asked down. In other words, it's like this. You know how we are in church, especially as church leaders. We want to sit on the pulpit or whatever, and we go up there and we try to get a pulpit seat. And somebody of more value, I use that term loosely, comes in. But because you chose to sit up there, now they got to come and get you and tell you, hey, we need you to sit down on the floor, and because this person got to sit up here. I'd rather for a person to ask me up than to ask me down. I hope that helped you out. So, you listen to your boy. Matter of fact, let me reset it this way. I didn't play it at the top of the hour. I normally play it at the top of the hour. But since I didn't play it at the top of the hour, we'll play it now. Holla at your boy.
J-Mad is not your everyday lunch partner. He's all the way raw.
How are you going to say Black Lives Matter when the only reason you come out is when cops kill us and we don't come out when we kill ourselves? That's crazy, man.
He's all the way real.
The truth? You can't even handle the truth.
And most of all, he has his priorities right.
I want the Falcons and the Hawks to be my pallbearers at my funeral. That way they can let me down just one last time.
J-Mad gives it to you big.
Yeah, you need that real talk. Well, J-Mad, he got ya. Right here doing God's work, bringing life after the collar. Hey, radio show, and he's doing it big. You just can't ignore J-Mad, bringing you the word. Just holla at your boy. Hey, life after the collar with J-Mad.
That's right. That's me. That's y'all. We're together. We having some great time. We having some great conversation. We having some of everything. I appreciate y'all joining me tonight. So let's get back into this conversation about forgiveness. Dolores on Facebook, she actually asked another question. She said, okay, one more question. So if somebody do something to you and you forgive them, but you don't forget it, a preacher told me then I didn't forgive them. That's not true, do you think? Forgive them. That's not true, do you think? That is the biggest lie from the pulpit. Let me tell you, let me help y'all out. Your brain will never forget when somebody hurts you. You're going to always remember that incident. You won't forget it. You can't just Control Alt Delete your memory bank and then all of a sudden it's gone. Okay? That won't ever happen. You can't take some soap and water and scrub your brain and then or some Clorox or some Windex or whatever and erase that off of your memory. It won't happen. So preachers, stop telling them that doggone lie. Let me define, if you're going to make that statement, forgive and forget, define what you're talking about, preachers. Please, for the love of God, define what you are talking about. God, I hate this. I hate when preachers do that. From the pulpit. Oh, if you don't forget it, then you really didn't forgive him. That's a lie. Here's what that means. And I wish I was still on Facebook Live because I don't know if Dolores made it here on Spreak. I did tag her to the post, so hopefully she is on. Dolores, I would tell you this. Here's what that means. Forgive. You're supposed to forgive. That's what you're instructed to do. Forget. Let me tell you what that means. It means forgetting the pain that's associated with it. Here's what I mean by that. On my left foot, and I thank God for this incident that happened. So when I was, in the military, they ended up having to take a bone out of my left foot. Y'all really don't see it when y'all see me, but I hide my limp I actually limp. I actually have a really bad limp, but I hide it very well, not unless I'm in so much pain. When I'm in pain, you can tell that I have a limp. But most of the time, you can't tell that I have a limp. So here's what it means. So right now, I'm looking at this scar on my left foot. There's about a 3 inch scar on my left foot where they had to extract a bone out of my foot. I remember the surgery. I remember the cast that they had on my foot. I remember the pain pills that I was on. I remember the crutches. I remember the sleepless nights. I remember all of the pain. I remember that season that I went through. Let me put it that way. I remember that season that I went through. But watch this. I can touch that scar now, and it don't hurt. It don't hurt at all. Now, when the weather changes or when I'm walking around, do I get some pain in that area around my foot? Yeah. But even when I have that pain, I can touch the scar area, and that's not the part that hurt. It's my entire foot and my entire leg and my back because of the adjustment that I had to make. But watch this. I could touch that area where I was hurt, and I don't feel any pain. I remember that I was in pain. Watch this. I remember I was in pain. I remember I had to take pain pills. But for the life of me, I cannot remember the level of pain that I was in. Remember the incident. But I did not forget the incident, but I forgot how it felt. So when we talk from the pulpit, preachers, when you're teaching forgive and forget, teach that when you forget, you're forgetting the pain that's associated with the incident. That's what you are forgetting. You're not forgetting that it happened to you. If you forget that it happened to you, it will happen to you again. All of the things, watch this, and let me help you all out. When you go through things in life, God uses people to send you through things so that you can have an experience so that you know how to look out for yourself and look out for others. You're changing oil in the car. You have the oil up and you're teaching somebody how to change oil in the car. One of the things that you teach them about having, because when people drive their car up to, it's still hot. You teach them, watch out, that right there, if you touch that, it's going to burn you. When you teach your kids, don't touch fire because it's going to burn you. You're teaching from experience. You're not teaching from a hateful point of view or a hurtful point of view. You're just teaching what you're teaching because you've experienced things. Not sometimes, we have to learn to thank God for the things that he put us through. Some of us are holding on to things that God sent you through, and you're blaming it on the devil and you're blaming it on others. When God was the one that sent you through. Come here, God. Let me talk to you for a minute. You remember, God, when Moses, you sent Moses there to the Pharaoh, and then Pharaoh, and when he got there, you said, but in between you sending him and he arriving, you said that, and God, that you hardened Pharaoh's heart. The reason why Pharaoh was like he was because God made him that way. Stop putting all of this stuff on other people, the stuff that people did to you. When you have to realize, if you learn your real lesson, you'll learn that God put you through certain things so that you can have experience, not to make the same mistake again, because somebody else is going to come through with some more foolishness, but you're going to be able to catch it beforehand. But God used that person to protect you from the foolishness that you're really going to go through. Or you're supposed to teach somebody, you're supposed to save somebody else's life. But I ain't going to get into all of that. So when you forgive, yeah, you forgive. Do you ever forget? No, you do not forget. If you forget, you stupid. But if you disconnect from the pain and forget the pain that issue called, you're going to grow. That's called growth. That's called maturity. I'm just trying to help somebody out. It's all good. It's all gravy. Holla at your boy. Holla at your boy. Look, I need to get into some music because y'all quiet over in the chat room. Y'all can still call. Y'all still can call the show. You still can call the show at 864-897-9607. Again, that number is 864-897-9607. Holla at your boy. It's all gravy. I fell in love with this song right here. Holla at it.
I take the shot and wine. I wine. Hennessy shot and wine. I wine. No need for rush, take time. Take time. I take a shot and wine. I take a shot and wine.
Girl, but split for me, dip for me. Baby girl, I want you flip for me. Come on back and roll it for me. Make me know so that you're into me. Taking it slow and intimate. Your intellect's a roots and immaculate. Can't forget all your shape and sexy leg. Baby girl, me a beg, you know make me beg. When you do the thing, you mash up me head. Just imagining you moving it in the bed. Keep me alive and I make me dead. Then she looking at my face and said,
I take the shot and wine. I wine. Hennessy shot and wine. I wine. No need for rush, take time. Take time. I take a shot and wine. I take a shot and wine. Send it up in me right. Soon as the night time strike, you fi fade my mind. Watch how my jeans look tight, so you fi do the damn thing right. You fi know what me like. Come in on me now, if your body know. I know you the same one, we say you got the stamina. This I get well love it real rough, make it numb you know. Worse for me on the Hennessy, and the great enough. We can keep it on the deal, on the cover, yeah. Ain't nobody have to know. You the one I love. Ain't nobody have to know.
but a bang, bang, bang.
I take the shot and wine. I wine. Hennessy shot and wine. I wine. No need for rush, take time. Take time. I take a shot and wine. I take a shot and wine.
Send love our direction, make the connection. Send love our direction, make the connection.
Wine.
She giving me the hardest time underneath this wine. She make me feel fine and I can tell that she love this kind. Sweat me about sweat and I rent this style till the morning time. Back the on the wall now, baby girl. Back the on the wall now, no say me not fall now. Hey, me here say your last call now. Girl, get the things, let's go.
I take the shot and wine. I wine. Hennessy shot and wine. I wine. No need for rush, take time. Take time. I take a shot and wine. I take a shot and wine. I take the shot and wine. I wine. Hennessy shot and wine. I wine. No need for rush, take time. Take time. I take a shot and wine. I take a shot and wine.
Send love our direction, make the connection. Send love our direction, make the connection. Send love our direction, make the connection. Send love our direction, make the connection.
You're listening to your boy J-Man on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. I don't know why. Well, I know why I like that song, because I love to dance. And so that song by Sean Paul called Shot and Wine, I just love that groove. That is a nice groove. That's just me. I know y'all super saved out there, so y'all don't go dancing. Y'all don't have a good time. Y'all just sit in the house and read the Bible and play Bible trivia and all that other stuff. That's not me. I'm letting you know that's not me at all. I enjoy my life to the fullest. I promise you, I enjoy my life to the fullest. I'm not letting anything or anybody hold me back. It is what it is. Forgiveness is one of the hardest things that we have to do. Just real talk. It's one of the hardest things we ever have to do, encounter, go through, and forgetting. Learning how to forgive that pain is difficult. It really is. But here's what we're going to do. We're going to start looking at the things that happen at us from a different vantage point. When we stop being selfish, and what I mean by that, thinking that God is not watching us and that these things are just happening to us out of the blue. When we look at it from God's vantage point, we can learn that God is using us to grow. He's using different things. When you pray, I learned this. One of the things that I was upset with God a couple of months ago, I was like, God, I didn't pray for patience. When you pray for patience, God is not going to snap his finger and give you patience. He's going to put you different things to exercise your patience, to make it stronger, to make it bigger. It's the same with forgiveness. If you want to forgive on the level at which God and Jesus forgave and forgives, you're going to have to grow into that. That is nothing that just happens overnight. You're going to have to get misused, mistreated, lied to, all of that stuff, because God is mistreated, lied to, and all of that stuff. So let me tell y'all this. And we're going to finish the last 20, 15 minutes with music, because nobody called in, so I'm assuming y'all good. The chat room slowed down quite a bit, so I'm guessing y'all good too. Learn to forgive. This is just real talk. I'm gonna bring it all the way down. My life has been riddled with a lot of heartache and pain. Not just to me, things that happen to me, but things that I've done to others. My life has been riddled like a shotgun, pellets everywhere. For a brief moment in time, I stopped everything. I wasn't going to church. I stopped loving. Even to this day, I'll be real honest. Even to this day, I don't look for people to love me, because I'm at a place where I'm good. However.com.org.net. I am where I am. There's certain things I'm just not going to go through again. I'm not on my radio show giving out these answers as if I have all of the right answer, or as if I've perfected everything. No. I have not perfected any of them. But what I can do is use my experience to help other people grow. And that's where I am in life. Helping other people experience or to learn from my mistakes. Do I want people to get married? Yeah, go get married, have children, live your life forever. But am I trying to get married? No. That's not to say that my mind won't change one day. But where I am right now, that's not it. And it has nothing to do with forgiveness. I've forgiven everybody and every situation that I've ever been in. The stuff that I done put people through and the stuff that people have put me through. I told my story to one dude. And this one dude, I sat down and shared my whole life with this one person. I've never shared my entire life of the stuff that I went through in one setting other than one time. And at the end of this conversation, the brother looked at me and he had a perplexed look on his face. And I said, "What's wrong?" He said, "I don't understand why you're not either an alcoholic, a drug addict, in jail, or dead." He literally told me that. I do not get it. Because he said, I would have been one or more of them. I have been mandated to write a book. Maybe about 3 or 4 people know this. I've been mandated to write a book called To Love Like Jesus. And years ago, he said, I'm putting you through this so you know what it feels like to love like him. Y'all sit here and think, well, many people, I don't want to say y'all, many people think that to love like Jesus is based on the good days. Your level of love is never shown until the bad days. You can love a person when they don't never do nothing to you and they good and y'all cool and y'all ain't never argue. Yeah, that's love. Bishop McKissick out of Jacksonville, Florida, showed me this one day in Bible study. And I had made the statement, you really don't love a person until the bad stuff. And he corrected. He said, no, your level of love is shown during the bad days. Some people have shallow love. But if you want to love deep, you have to learn how to forgive. I appreciate you all tonight hanging out with me, just kicking it, doing what it do. I do appreciate it. I do. I'm gonna play a couple of songs here. This is gonna be some new age stuff. This is new age stuff. I don't know if this is the clean version or not. It was one song that I was supposed to straighten up, and I can't remember which one it was. I don't think this is the one, but I think this is the clean version. But we're gonna have a good time. We had a great time tonight. Make sure y'all holler at your boy. It's all good. Oh, gravy. Make it do what it do. Oh, y'all do a search. I think it's up and running. It's actually been up and running. Life After the Collar page. Y'all get a part of that. Look it up on Facebook. I think it's up and running. Holla at your boy.
Seconds, yeah, you better not stop. You got 24 seconds, can you beat the shot clock? What you waiting on, little daddy? I ain't got that much time. You seem anxious, you seem adamant, but you ain't pressed my line. Wondering why? No, you ain't shy. I'ma say bye, but I know I won't think twice. Better let go of your pride. Just do it now. Oh yeah. When that nigga pull up on me, tell that nigga baby, don't you know all of these niggas wish that they could bag that? I'm just saying, boy, you playing, you gon' let it wind down. You got 24 seconds and it's starting right now. Shot clock.
Don't sleep, you gon' miss your opportunity.
Shot clock.
Don't sleep, nigga, pick up your feet, nigga.
Shot clock.
Don't sleep, you gon' miss your opportunity.
Shot clock.
Don't sleep, nigga, pick up your feet, my nigga.
5 years of dating, tired of being patient. What the fuck you waiting for? Yeah. It's a lot of niggas hating, and I don't entertain them.
I made this for you, till we meet again. Yeah, you know who you are. Yeah. I ain't tryna wear you out, never cared enough. On my way to pick you up, be ready when I pull up, babe. I don't wanna have to rush when we making love. Let me know if it ain't too much. Won't stop, never get enough, babe. Get enough, babe. Get enough, babe. Won't stop, never get enough, babe. Get enough, never get enough, never get enough. Oh, never get enough, babe. This side, lays up like a peace sign.
2 cups down, got her tongue tied. Can't wait till I'm inside. BB to the sunrise. All up in the hair like a hair tie. 2 cups down, got her tongue tied. Can't wait till I'm inside, yeah. Pick up the pace, my hand on the waist. Thinking about it for some days, I'm on the way. I hop in the rave, speeding, racing to a place. Hit that on my face, she staying there for days. So good I don't need a plate, I love how she tastes. She don't fuck with no lames, that's why she stay in a place. On this side, legs up like a peace sign. 2 cups down, got her tongue tied. Can't wait till I'm inside. BP to the sunrise, all up in the hair like a hair tie. 2 cups down, got her tongue tied. Can't wait till I'm inside. Oh, I ain't tryna wear you out, never cared enough. On my way to pick you up, be ready when I pull up, babe. I don't wanna have to rush, we making love. Let me know if it ain't too much. Won't stop, never get enough, babe. Never get enough, babe. Oh, never get enough, babe. Legs up like a peace sign. 2 cups down, got her tongue tied. Can't wait till I'm inside. BB to the sunrise. All up in the hair like a hair tie. 2 cups down, got her tongue tied. Can't wait till I'm inside, yeah.
Yeah, don't sleep too hard. All of this right here, all of this right here, it's yours, it's yours. All of this right here, all of this right here, it's yours, it's yours. Don't sleep too hard when I'm laying beside you, 'cause baby I might want some of you. Don't be alarmed when my hands start to touch on your body, body, oh, oh. Don't you? 'Cause it's whatever package, nothing about me average. I'm a killer boy, call me savage. Queen when I ride cash for you. Don't ever leave me lonely, don't you? No boy, don't you? Enough isn't enough when I'm caught up in your love. I've been wanting you so much. Myself I cannot trust around you. Myself I cannot trust around you. Good thing I don't have to. All of this right here, all of this right here, it's yours, it's yours. All of this right here, all of this right here, it's yours. You ain't gotta say so, baby, come and break me off. Don't keep me waiting, babe. You ain't gotta say no, baby, you can have it all. Don't keep me waiting, babe. All of this right here is yours. All of this right here is yours. And more. Know that you wanna jump all over me. Everywhere we are, you be looking like you're starving for my body, yeah, yeah. You got my permission. The green light's on. Keep it going, baby, don't slow down. Tattoo your name on me, baby, with your Maya. Down south, like we in the air. One thing you know about me, I don't play when it comes to my baby. 'Cause enough isn't enough when I'm caught up in your love. I've been wanting you so much. Myself I cannot trust around me. Myself I cannot trust around you. Good thing I don't have to. All of this right here, all of this right here, it's yours, it's yours. All of this right here, all of this right here, it's yours, it's yours. You ain't gotta say so, baby, come and break me off. Don't keep me waiting, babe. You ain't gotta say no, baby, you can have it all. Don't keep me waiting, babe. All of this right here. of this right here is yours and more. It's yours, it's yours, it's yours, it's yours. All of this right here you ain't got to wait for. It's yours, it's yours, it's yours, it's yours. So I'm not gonna give you a chance to ignore it. It's yours. I'ma put this in front of you every morning. It's yours. Oh, cause it's yours, it's yours, it's yours, it's yours, it's yours. Yeah. All of this right here, all of this right here, it's yours, it's yours. All of this right here.
Thank y'all so much for hanging out with your boy tonight on Spreaker.com, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and all the other platforms that we're on. Even Alexa can make it do what it do, baby. You've been listening to Life After the Collar with your boy, J-Man on Spreaker.com. I will see y'all Friday night. On the same show. But we'll be out at 3316 Snapfinger Road, Lithonia, Georgia, at Paradise Island. The conversation is totally different. Y'all gonna get some real conversation. If you was on last Friday, I had people coming on just chatting, and it is what it is. So I see y'all Friday. Y'all pray for me. Y'all call my name tonight when you get on your knees to prayer. My name is Jason Madison. They call me J-Man. Y'all pray for me, and I'll pray for you. Holla at your boy.
talk, well, J Mad, he got ya. Right here doing God's work, bringing life after the collar. Hey, radio show, and he's doing it big. You just can't ignore. J Mad, bringing you the word. Just holla at your boy. Hey, life after the collar with J Mad.